We'll give it a try. Maybe we shouldn't have dropped Chihira. We maybe shouldn't have dropped... Alright, you know what? Let's bring Astarion with us. Then we'll get Chihira. All this back and forth business.
Don't touch me.
Let's be quick.
All right, Astarion.
With pleasure.
One more time, my friend. Thank you. I owe you a beer or something.
No one stopped me yet.
Nice. The Thrashiat Codex. These pages are covered in esoteric symbols and strange runes, some indecipherable, but some strangely familiar. Your eyes are drawn to one page describing a long-lost book, The Necromancy of Thay. There are secrets of life and death known only to the Red Wizards. Committing such secrets to parchment is a risk they are loath to take, lest the unworthy gaze upon them. Who better than to guard their secrets than the spirits of jealous dead themselves? To look upon the necromancy of Thay is to risk madness at the hands of its spirits. Glad we didn't read it. I'm glad Cord and Gale didn't read it, because they've got this whole godhood thing that I'm sure is gonna be enough of a headspin as it is. We don't need to add necromancy of Thay in to complicate things. Astarion can deal with that. But the wise traveler who can read the line between life and death will find knowledge witnessed by precious few mortals. The rest of the entry details its precautions and risks associated with reading the text, but lays out a clear path to unraveling the secrets contained in this tome. Hey, I don't know. Astarion was able to read it with no problem, with no ill effects. I don't know what you're talking about. Thrashiat Withering. Your constitution score is reduced by 5 while cursed by the Thrashiat Codex Warped Arcana. Oh man, I'm cursed. Oh man.
Sleep with one eye open, evil. Maybe
Don't we have... I think we have... Give that book over to... Warning, extremely powerful knowledge may include curses. It's okay. I think you can add that to your collection. I believe we have a way to dispel curses.
Delicious. Moving.
If I remember correctly. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Very well then.
Your constitution.
No one back
My
home
constitution
will
is
ever believe
already
this.
like awful.
Here we go.
My constitution is 8. That was probably the worst person to get that curse from. But you know what? You know what? Astarion
Light on my
Kata.
feet. Maybe it'll bring us closer.
Hello, my dear. Darling, it sounds...
Actually, Shadowheart can also help us. We probably should level her up anyway. Hey, Shadowheart.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have... Oh,
I just need you
let's get on with it.
just for a tick, if you don't mind. That one can stay, that one can stay, that one can stay, that one can stay. Warding bond. Do you by any chance have remove curse, bestow curse? I bet you if I level you up, you do. Let me save first. No, let me save. Cleric level 10. Divine Intervention. You can cast Divine Intervention to evoke your god's aid. Once used, this can never be used again. What exactly does Divine Intervention do? Gain advantage intimidation performance checks. Produce flame. I may want that from her when I'm playing. That could be useful, actually. More so than Lae'zel produce flame, honestly. Yeah. Contagion, Mass Cure Wounds, Insect Plague, Banishment. Planar Binding, Greater Restoration might actually be better. 4, 3. Banishment, Planar Binding. Yeah, let's do Planar Binding. Target an otherworldly creature and attaches conscious to your own. It will fall and fight you as an ally. That sounds good. Level 6 spell. Nice. Do you really not have Remove Curse? I'm actually shocked. Oh. I am shocked. Planar ally. Beseech one of these otherworldly entities. Harm. That one's good too. Cure wounds. Mass healing word. Cure wounds. Healing word. Greater restoration. Mass cure wounds. Mass healing word. Mass cure wounds. Let's do mass cure wounds. Replaced with create undead, harm, heal, blade, planar ally, and then greater restoration, mass cure wounds, guardian, beacon of hope, bestow curse. Death ward, calm emotions, dispel evil and good. Planar ally, hero's feast we already know is amazing. Harm, reduce the target's hit points but never below 1. That's really good. Create undead, heal, blade barrier. Ooh, blade barrier is good too. She's got a lot of really good spells. But I'm shocked she doesn't have Remove Curse. Here it is, Remove Curse, level 3. Okay. She does have it. Let's get rid of Bestow, Beacon of Hope. No, that one's good. Guardian of Faith, Death Ward, Greater Restoration, Dispel Evil and Good, Mass Cure Wounds, Planar Binding, Planar Ally. Let's get rid of that and do Remove Curse. Hey babe, could you please do me a solid? Thanks babe. Granted 20 hit points by the Thresh Hit Codex is enervating magic. Nice.
Is that blood? No.
Thank you.
Very well.
I'll take that. I will take it. Thanks, babe.
I have a lot on my mind.
Now that I'm done with you,
Almost
you can
pleasant
leave.
traveling with company. If you ignore all the...
If you're sure.
I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry.
Yes?
Join me.
As you would.
There we go. Now our party is complete. Where exactly am I supposed to go for this tabernacle thing? Is it in... Do I actually have to go somewhere? Murder. We also have this murder stuff. There's too many things that we need to do. There's too many high priority. And Cazador. There's so much... You know, and Shadowheart's family. It's like, there's so many. Hag survivors. Where exactly is the tabernacle? Oh, Wizards of Waterdeep, meet Mystra in the Stormshore Tabernacle. I mean, we might as well just complete this part of Gale's
No time
while
to
he's
rest.
with us in the party.
Catch a break.
What is going on here? Gulster boys unconscious. What happened?
One blow and she drops like she's dead. Maybe she is.
No, she's just unconscious.
Used to think those things were gonna make me feel safer. Not anymore.
One blow from the Deep Watch, from the Steel Watcher.
What did she even do? I bet nobody knows. I didn't see her do anything wrong.
That's what I'd like to know.
I don't like this. I don't like the look in some of their eyes.
As you were, citizen.
Can we heal her so she's not unconscious?
Something's on my mind.
If all these folks can just keep their shit together, maybe nobody else will get hurt. Maybe.
Wow, okay.
These street trash need to watch their tone. I don't tolerate disrespect.
I mean, Cord would want to, like, help her up.
The citizen is unconscious and won't be waking up anytime soon.
What if I healed her? What's
The citizen is unconscious and won't be waking up
Cord
anytime
tried.
soon.
He would play good Samaritan in this case. Nobody seems to care. The Stormshore Tabernacle.
Stormshore Tabernacle.
Oh, this is it, Gale, sweetheart. Wow. Statue of Helm.
It's been some time since I stood before her in a place like this.
Do you have anything to mention, Gale?
Yes, my love?
Oh, that's the first time he said that to us. Oh, oh. I kind of want to hear her say it again.
Are you all right? If you need me, just say the word.
I want you to say yes, my love, one more time. I just want to hear it one more time. I've never heard him say that.
Are you all right?
No, no, no.
If you need me, just...
Boy, tell it to me one more time.
Are you all right? If you need...
Oh my goodness. He's...
Yes, my love?
Thank you. I just wanted to hear you say it again. I just wanted to say it again. Hear you say
There's
it again.
nothing that would give me greater pleasure.
That is so sweet. I don't even think Alistair ever called us my love. That is so... Okay, sorry. Again, I like Eric as a character. I still very slightly prefer Alistair. But as a romance, Gale, I hate to say it, has dethroned the Alistair romance. Has dethroned it. But it's... Alistair's romance is now a very close second. Super close second. The Layperson's Guide to Holy Exorcism. An instructional script for exorcists to read from when removing possessing spirits. Now, we understand that possession can be a scary and difficult time. It's perfectly normal to have concerns and questions about the process, but please keep them until the end. In the next minute or so, I'll perform a harmless exorcising incantation called Dispel Evil and Good Person, Remove Curse Item, Read as Appropriate, that will have your person item read as appropriate, freed from otherworldly influence in no time. So your loved person item read as appropriate. Aha. Statue of Helm.
You see an altar dedicated to Helm the Vigilant.
Read this description on the altar.
Helm the Watcher is a guardian god, dedicated to the preservation of order. Many turn to him in troubled times. Your knowledge of religion tells you nothing more about the worship of Helm.
I feel like Cord would respect the gods, make an offering. Oh. I mean, do I have gold? I was gonna offer gold. I don't want to... I mean, I don't want to give him a whole thing. Alright, maybe I don't want to make an offering. Can we split? I mean, I don't want to make him there. Just hopefully he won't be insulted that I'm only giving him one. I'm not going to take that.
You see an altar dedicated to Helm the Vigilant.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Let me drag this down. Oh, is there really no... Seriously, I can't just donate gold. Here we go. Donate.
Your offering is accepted, but more evidence of devotion is required.
Sorry. Look, it's better than nothing. I'm sorry. Just don't curse me, okay? Statue of the Gods. Ooh, a general statue of the gods?
This altar isn't dedicated to a single god, but instead acts as a conduit to many. Your
That's
god
cool.
is one of many. And in this place you sense a spark of its mighty divine flame.
Nice. I like that because, you know, it is a polytheistic society. There's numerous gods you could worship. You don't have to worship a single god. You can worship multiple gods all at once. Or you could pray to specific gods depending on the situation, which I think is really cool. As a person who is religious in real life, I think that's really neat. I see myself in that. If I were to be a person in that world, I see myself probably kind of being very polytheistic. Like, I probably will have a patron or main god that I was raised with by my family. I may or may not maintain that as my main or patron god, or at least maintain that as my main god. I guess it would still be my patron god, technically. I probably may or may not maintain that as my main god, unless, depending on how much exposure I have to other gods and how I gel with other gods. But still respecting at least the good gods, I suppose. Respecting the good gods and worshipping the good gods to some degree. Read what is described on the altar.
It reads, "Show your devotion with an offering in your god's name. Blessings may follow."
Okay. I may later, but not right now. Pay homage and honor to the gods of light and justice. Seek the wisdom and judgment of gods of balance and ambiguity. Seek power and self-justification for the gods of greed and darkness. I'll come back later. Let me think on it. Vicar Wimbletoes. Is he blessed? Yeah, he's blessed. I see that symbol, that halo symbol.
Greetings, child of faith. Be welcome to the Stormshore Tabernacle.
I like
You've come
this.
far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day?
Are holy items available here for purchase?
Of course, my child. Within limits. Behold my wares.
I might need a cross for when we fight vampires. Cazador. The Reviving Hands. When you heal a creature, it gains the effect Blade Ward. When you revive a creature, it gains the effect Death Ward. And Oof. That's so nice. That's so nice. I would love to give it to Cord, but his Gloves of Dexterity is... Although... Oh, that's true. I may want this instead of the Gloves of Dexterity. Mantle of the Holy Warrior. Crusader's Mantle. What does that do again? Radiate a power that emboldens their... Ooh, jeez. That's nice, too. The Sacred Star. On a hit, inflict one turn of radiating orb upon the target. Undead creatures struck by this weapon are possibly turned. That's really nice, too. Not gonna lie. Electropsychic Resistance. Universal. These are all very good. They're all very, very good. Scroll of Revivify. That's nice to know that they have that. I do think I will purchase the Reviving Hands and the Mantle of the Holy Warrior. That's really good stuff. It's hard to say because I am the main healer here, so it's just a toss-up. Do I want... What's the difference in my... It's off by 1. Because my dex is... Yeah, I mean, it's off by 1. Not sure if I really need that. versus
Justice,
Minx,
truth, and the
who is Dex of
virtuous
12. You know what? It's better to give it to Minx because
you
I
met
made
my
him
hamster?
super strong. But if he's going to be using archery, give him gloves of Dex. Yeah. Send to camp.
Justice walks on 4 feet and sleeps in my boot.
Yeah.
Such authority.
Let's send
I have
this
the magic touch.
to Cat. You certainly do, sweetheart.
My boots
You
crave
certainly
the
have the
crunch
magic
of a
touch, for
virtuous
sure.
Smithers.
Cord can guarantee that.
Let's move.
Crusader's Mantle. Yeah. That's cool.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Evil hides and booze seeks.
When you poison a foe, heal yourself.
Let us show them how it's done.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
What now?
give this to.
Steel sharp, hamster hungry.
Let's give this to Minx. That's neat. That's cool. But I still like him in this outfit. He looks a lot neater.
How high?
Who says?
Let's give this to Shaharia. That looks neat. Her whole outfit looks really neat. Not gonna lie.
No one's stopped me yet.
Let me talk to Bykar Humble Toes.
Welcome back, child of faith. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day?
And Cord has a lot of respect for the clergy. Who are you?
I am Vicar Humbletoes.
Vicars, I'm sorry.
Guardian of the Stormshore Tabernacle. I
Nice to
keep
meet
the
you.
peace in this sacred place and guide those in need.
You seem like a cool dude. What can I do here?
Here, clerics may commune with their gods, and even hear their responses, if they are so favored.
Okay.
I am also granted the power to provide holy resurrection through sales of revivification scrolls.
Okay. I would like that. That's cool to know, too. Alright, thank you.
With haste. Oh,
What's
cursed
back
to put
here?
my hands on everything.
Oh, that takes us out. Okay. That's fine. Let's close this. So, nice.
No
Are there
traps,
any
please.
books here? Magical Histories, Volume 1, The Origins of Mystra, Lae'zel. Might as well read this. To know of Mystra, since we're about to talk to her, it's probably good for us to do our research. To know of Mystra, you know, it's not like we can find her LinkedIn, so this is probably the next best thing. To know of Mystra, the goddess of magic, we must first consider her earlier incarnations, beginning with Mistral. The Lady of Mysteries was said to have come into existence during a conflict between the goddesses Shar and Selune. In their efforts to best one another, the twin sisters of darkness and light inadvertently forged a portion of their opposing energies into a new being of pure magic, Mistral. As an embodiment of magic, Mistral laid claim to unparalleled control over the weave, the very fabric by which magic could be channeled and harnessed, for it was but an extension of her being. For her, to use magic was as natural as it would be for another to draw a breath or curl their finger. It was in negative 3339 DR that Mistral gave way to Mystra, when the former had her powers seized by Karsus, a Netherese lord, and perhaps the most powerful and ambitious wizard to have ever lived. Yet Mistral sought to deny him his ill-gotten prize, sacrificing herself so that for a moment the weave faltered and all magic briefly ceased. Karsus's folly brought about the destruction of Netheril and the end of his ambition. Yet the weave would not go unattended for long. Within moments, the goddess of magic was reborn as Mystra. Mystra, yes, and eventually Gale's mistress. The introduction to Lae'zel by Palmer Junisuga reads, "It is no exaggeration to say that Coralin Lae'zel is the primary figure in the pantheon of elves. It is said that his tears mingled with those of Sahanin Moonbow, actually created elves. Created, there's a typo there. As in all myths and psychological reverse ablation God gives to his people is interesting. The 11 people are not formed from Coralin's hip bone, his throat, his testicles. Instead, they arise from an expansion of sorrow. Some scholars framed them, then, as an antidote to his pain. Coralin was, at the time, experiencing loss and feelings of betrayal. More traditional thinking, and here I quote the 11 sage Eifer Lolaquilin, place elves as sad as a species can be. Salune's devotee, the mother of halflings. Okay, I don't know if I wouldn't necessarily read all of them, but I'm just browsing. Ooh, Tamora, Lady Luck, and a Hound in the Hand. I love Tamora. Probably what I would... there's just something about luck that I think would be really cool. A list of oaths and sayings that ought to incur Tamora's blessings, granting the speaker good luck. I already read this one. Yeah, we're already learned in that.
Divine
The Soul
protectors of
Forger,
borders,
Lessons of Hell.
hear this humble plea. Shield
I like
our
this, that we
people
can read
from
all about.
depredations of the
Ellis
absolute heretics.
Citri, Lady Silverhair.
Bless them with the strength to endure and the courage to resist.
Ooh, thank you, Scroll of Stone Skin. Exile. Gnome Father. Judge of the Damned. Ellis Trey, Lady Silverhair again. This is cool. I like this. I'm glad they have a place like this for people. The statue of Salune. And the statue of Tyr. Oh yes, Tyr. Might as well look at the other statues too.
You see an altar dedicated to Tyr.
Read what is inscribed on the altar.
His unseeing eyes are a testament to the lawful life he lived and what it cost him. Make a sacrifice out of your own pocket and you may yet be blessed.
I'm sure, like, if you put valuable things or make an offering that the god would appreciate, you would get some sort of buff. But is it temporary or is it permanent? Probably temporary, I
See
would
an
guess.
altar dedicated to Saluna.
Saluna.
An inscription reads, "Let all who worship the changing tides of life and knowledge feel the blessings of Saluna. Trust in the purity of my light. See the constancy in its inconstancy, and you will be guided aright."
I like that.
Goddess of the moon and stars. Her words and light have long helped wanderers to find their way. Perhaps it could help you too.
Cool. I probably will make an offering at least to one of these statues. So, all right. I feel like we're dressed for church, so this is probably the right outfits for them.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave.
They put the red
mother
accents
of
on her.
all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
I think so.
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
She's beautiful. I mean,
a stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
Well? Are you composing a poem in your head or some such?
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee.
I like your knee. Oh man. You're ready for this, Gale. You don't owe her so much as a fingernail. She asked you to blow yourself up. I don't think she's that kind of goddess. You're ready for this, Gale. Kor doesn't want to unnecessarily anger Mystra. You're ready for this, Gale.
Am I? You're right. I am a strong, capable wizard. And this is no more than a casual reunion with an ex-lover. My omnipotent, omniscient ex-lover.
Who was also...
I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it.
Yeah. An omnipotent ex-lover with you being taken by someone else already. Well, already. Do you know what you're going to say to her? Of all the things to be nervous about, an audience with a goddess seems reasonable. Why do you care what she thinks of you? Pull it together, you're going to make a fool of yourself otherwise. Do you know what you're going to say to her?
During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go.
You're not taking me with you? Seek her forgiveness, Gale. It might be your only hope of curbing the orb. Make her squirm. Tell her the crown will be ours soon enough. Don't give anything away. Just find out what she has to say. You shouldn't go to her, Gale. Don't give her satisfaction. I'm gonna say you're not taking me with you?
The summoning channel Mystra has provided is one only I can enter. No matter how much I prefer not to face her alone.
Right. Seek her forgiveness, Gale. It might be your only hope of curbing the orb, of curing. It might be your only hope of curing the orb. Make her squirm. Tell her the crown will be ours soon. That would not be Cord's advice. Don't give anything away. Just find out what she has to say. I mean, she's gonna know. Like, there isn't anything. Like, don't give anything away. Just find out what she has to say. Like, she's gonna find out. I don't know if Cord would say that. You shouldn't go to her, Gale. Don't give her the satisfaction. I mean, at the end of the day, she's a god. And I don't think that she is a malicious god. She ain't perfect. None of the gods in these campaigns are perfect. So you know, I think Cord's strategy would be appeal to her. Seek her forgiveness, Gale. It might be your only hope of curing the orb.
Mystra's forgiveness? If you want me to claim the crown of Karsa, she'll hardly be in a forgiving mood after that. I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of 3 dragon ante.
If that's what you think is best.
I'll let Mystra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own.
Are we really not?
Wait for me. Please.
Are we really not going to witness this? That would be... Like, what if we played as Gale, though? As the main protagonist? Would we witness this ourselves? I'm assuming we would. Yeah, are we going to get to see it? Oh, good. It would be nice. It would be really upsetting if we couldn't. But I like
Gale of Waterdeep. You look well.
Oh my.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite weave.
You can no more control the Karsite weave than a weather vane could control a storm.
Nice analogy.
That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
Great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on. As you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
I'm very torn. I'm very torn. But I don't know if Cord is torn. I'm torn about this. I don't know if Cord is. Interesting. Let's see. Cord needs to be updated, honey. My love.
The Karsite weave. I had no idea. Do you realize what this means? The orb is no stray piece of ordinary magic. It is something entirely different. The nascent form of a new divine power.
Interesting.
Of course, I couldn't control it. I was mortal. But once I reforge the crown, the power of a god will be mine to command. The orb will answer to me.
I'm not sure about all this. I thought the crown a simple artifact, but this Kartside weave sounds evil. Wielding enough power to destroy a city? I like the sound of that. What are the chances Mistress smites you before you get the chance? You really expect me to believe you had no idea about the orb's true nature? This is probably the closest that Cord would say. I don't know if Cord necessarily would think it's evil. Although, I mean, he might be a little cautious about it. I think he's still a little more optimistic than what this sentence says. But, that's the thing. Is like power in it of itself is not bad. Does it corrupt very easily? Heck yes. Power corrupts people and things very easily. But just like money, it is not in it of itself evil, though it can lead to a lot of evil and suboptimal things. So the desire to acquire power is not always, because maybe it depends on why you want to acquire the power. If you want to acquire the power to help something, to help someone, to heal someone, you know, to provide for someone, that in of itself is not a bad thing. Just like, why would you want money? Do you need money to help someone, to make someone smile, to to get a gift for whatever the reason? So yeah, I think that what Gale is going after in and of itself is not evil. Now, Mystra claims that this becoming a controller of the Karsite weave is only going to consume you with a hunger for power that will never be sated. And that may very well be true. But I did discover, and this is like a minor spoiler for the end of Act 2, depending on your choices, so I'm gonna put a spoiler warning here. There is after the fact, after Act 2 was complete, I did discover that if Gale did use the orb to blow things up, to blow up the heart of whatever it is we're supposed to blow up at the end of Act 2, I discovered that, if I'm being honest, Mistra's plan was total rubbish. Once I actually saw what the consequences are of doing precisely what Mystra asked Gale to do, I was like, yeah, Mystra, I'm sorry, but that plan was just no. That was probably a solution that was fine by her, but I don't think it was very optimal, in my opinion. Again, without giving away what actually happens, and I'm trying not to let this completely sway, Cord's decision. I think it's kind of swayed my own personal decision. But obviously, Cord in character doesn't have that extra meta information. But me, the player, it's hard for me to necessarily completely trust Mystra, because I don't think she actually is correct and right all the time. So I don't know. She could very well be correct here. She very well could easily be right about if we become gods, we're going to be corrupted and, you know, find ourselves in a state where we'll never be sated and we'll just want to get power. But Cord doesn't believe that's going to happen. And we'll just have to see if he's right. However, I think he is also curious about things like this too. So he's slightly cautious, but at the end of the day, he's going to support Gale and trust Gale and take... I think what I'm going to do is, as much as possible, he's going to let Gale take the lead. Unless he sees something that is obviously evil or obviously, like, self-destructive. Right now, he sees a chance, he sees hope that this path would not necessarily be their downfall. But that's just him hoping. I'm not sure about all this. I thought the crown is a simple artifact, but this Karsite weave sounds evil.
Evil is a reductive term, too often used to dismiss choices the observer lacks the imagination to understand.
I don't know about that.
Let me assure you, Karsite weave has no more inherent evil to it than a child in the womb, or an axe half forged on the blacksmith's anvil. It is a tool, ready to be shaped by its wielder.
Yeah.
By me. And you know me to be someone of reasonably sound moral judgment, don't you?
Yes, you do. I do believe that. Cord does believe that he is. But he also knows, because he's a bard, he also knows that even the most noble, even the most honorable people, even, you know, nobody is completely infallible. Nobody is perfect. They can always fall from grace if they're not careful. There always is something that could cause that. And he's, as a bard, he knows that. So, but that doesn't always happen. I think he's hoping that him and Gale, or at least Gale, would not fall under that trap. That's his hope. And that's how much... It's a faith. It's a leap of faith. But right now, it's a leap of faith that he's willing to take, because he does trust Gale. Of course, we're usually inclined to agree on moral matters. That's good enough for me. We're usually inclined to agree. I don't know. I feel like when it comes to morals, to the moral compass, Cord and Gale are pretty darn aligned. Pretty darn aligned. I think Cord might be slightly more chaotic, or slightly less lawful than Gale is. And I think Cord is slightly more cautious and less impulsive than Gale is in matters like this. I don't think Gale in general is impulsive, but for this specifically he is. But I think that Cord is the slightly more cautious of the two with those kind of things, with this issue, and I think that's a good thing. Are you forgetting how you came into possession of the Karsite weave? Your good intentions could have detonated it. Morals be danged. This is incredibly incredible opportunity. You must take it. No, I'll say of course. His morals is what are some of the biggest things that he loves about Gale, and really the biggest things that has caused him to be as attached as he was to Gale and ultimately fall head over heels with him. Of course.
Gods! It's refreshing to share the company of someone who sees things the same way I do.
You're welcome.
All we need to do is stay focused on the task at hand. Defeating that elder brain. After that, you can leave the rest to me.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Cord's like, this could go severely wrong, but he's gonna commit to it. He's made a decision. He's not looking back. He's gonna commit to it. So, we shall see how it plays out. I don't know. This could be a totally a huge mistake. But that's going to be his story. That is going to be Cord and Gale's story. So I am prepared to accept whatever it is.
Is something on your mind? You can always unburden yourself with me.
Yeah. Was it strange to see Mystra's likeness again?
Strangely, no. Once, a mere glimpse of her face would have been enough to turn my insides over. But not this time. In her likeness, I used to read 1,000 stories. She was beauty, wisdom, elegance, power. She contained universes. But now, it's hard to see any redeeming qualities in a lover who condemned you to death. I'd much rather gaze into your eyes than hers.
Oh.
Yours are capable of tenderness and feeling. No god could ever compare.
Oh, yay! I love this discussion because as I said back when him and Gale started becoming serious or started becoming enamored with each other, that Cord is very insecure comparing himself to Mystra. And everything that Gale is saying is so validating. When he says no god could ever compare, like it just makes Cord feel so good, and just makes him feel like this is the man that he loves, and this is the man that he wants to take care of, and hopefully live a very, very long time in happiness with. Hopefully. I want to speak for us about
There's nothing that would give me greater pleasure.
How are you feeling?
The same way as you are, I hope. With the crown, our fates will be in our own hands at last. So long as we don't let go of each other.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, we have a plan, ladies and gentlemen. We have a plan. Look at him. Look at Cord. Like, he's like cracking his knuckles and saying, "Oh yeah, let's do this. To godhood." Hello everyone. So off camera I wanted to do a little bit of a wardrobe change, and I am very happy. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us at our Sunday's best. Well, I really like the color scheme here with Cord. And Cord is wearing a Kelvin Klein baby blue gold summer outfit or whatever. And Gale's wearing the plum, blood and plum, or whatever. It looks good. I love. My favorite part is actually the white pants. I'm a sucker for white pants, honestly. I just think it just has such a cool look to it, which is why I also wanted Cord to wear it as well.
Let's move.
But there you have that. Anyway, one thing I wanted to... One thing I was curious about is actually asking each person their thoughts on the
First
tadpole.
in my heart.
Are you alright? If you need me, just say the word.
Oh my goodness, Gale, you are smoking hot in whatever outfit you're wearing. Or not wearing. So smoking hot. We've been given a rare gift, an astral touch tadpole, with the power to grant you a new partial limited form.
I can only imagine what I could do were I to adopt the biology of a mind flayer.
Yeah, but I don't
You've
think you
not
need
taken this power for yourself. So I can only wonder, why offer it to me?
I wasn't gonna offer it, I was just wanted to know what your thoughts were on it. No. I wasn't going to offer it to you. I was just curious what your thoughts were on it.
What can I do for you, my friend?
I want to discuss the astral touch tadpole.
We both know what it is capable of, but I'm not touching it.
Oh, really? Really? Again, Asteria never ceases to surprise me. I intend to use it, unlike you to be so unwilling to receive a new power. Why don't you want to use it? I wasn't going to ask you to use it. Yeah, unlike you to be so unwilling to receive a new power, which actually has happened with the blood chick, the blood priest chick. So yeah, I kind of want to dig deeper into this.
That was before I knew the cost. Before I knew it meant transforming into some grotesque beast. I remember how it hurt when I turned into a vampire. My body writhed and warped while I was utterly helpless. The grip of death owned my heart as it beat its last. I don't want to turn into anything else.
Yeah.
I can't do that again.
Yeah.
I can't watch my body be taken over.
That makes perfect sense. Oh, Astarion, I want to hug you. We don't see our moral compasses aren't always aligned, but at the end of the day, you're such a deep character, and I do want to take care of you and help you save yourself from yourself at times. You're afraid? What's a little pain? All right, I can speak no more. I'll speak. What's the little pain? I'll say you're afraid.
I'll happily murder my way to whatever powerful artifacts we can make use of. Point at the back, and I'll stab. Just don't ask me to sacrifice my body.
There we go.
It hasn't been mine for so long.
That really encapsulates the previous conversation about why he refused the blood priest, because like I mean let's face it, like subjectively speaking, Astarion is a good-looking man, and he's got a dang good-looking body. I would say the average person's standards. You know, it's subjective. And he seems to not be shy about his sexuality, and seems to give his body freely to people. But here it's like, no, that's not really the case. He actually is very mindful of people who use his body. He doesn't want him to be used in that way. He's not a piece of meat in that way, which I admire a lot. Your limited powers are the only reason you can stand up to Khazad-dûr. This will help you defeat them. We need to use every advantage our infection has to offer. I'll drop the matter. You're right. You shouldn't compromise yourself. Yeah, you're right, Astarion. You shouldn't compromise yourself, and I'm never going to ask you to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. These are really good conversations. Do you have anything else to say with Withers?
Fate, dost thou require a new ally?
No, I have got thus required to reacquire the ally that a very annoying Orin stole from us.
Hey, soldier.
That's my next priority. The Emperor has offered us a special tadpole. We'll become partial mind flayers, but we'll get great powers in return.
Special tadpole? Bit of a contradiction in terms, don't you think? I don't even want a regular one.
I don't either.
You're talking
honestly.
about turning into what? A half squid? Not surprised you haven't tried it yourself yet.
I have zero interest. I don't have any problems with half squids or full squids, but I understand if you don't want to make use of it. We won't speak of it again.
Thank the gods.
Yeah, I have zero interest in it. Jaheir, I don't think Jaheir can chat about it.
Yes.
Though. Oh, before I
sleep with one eye open, evil. Maybe both.
Before I forget, I do want to.
I've
I've been very spoiled having Gale in my party for the last few hours, so I think it's time for us to temporarily part.
Are you all right? If you need me, just say the word. I question the wisdom of that decision, but I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hour.
I would have wanted there to be new dialogue there if you were in a fully committed relationship with him. I think he would have been a little more tender. Yeah, I would have wanted to be more tender during that interaction. But that's just me. Scratch your dwarves.
You come to speak of the last time Minsk stood watch? The snoring, it was Boo.
Shadowheart.
All's well, I hope. Aside from the obvious.
I think that special tadpole the Emperor offered will increase our chances of success, but I also don't want to take it.
More likely it would just put a stop to us. I wanted nothing to do with those illithid powers before. What makes you think I'd want to jump into an even deeper hole?
I agree with you. I do
You
agree
know
with you.
what that offer truly entails, don't you? Become half a mind flayer, lose half of yourself. I don't want that.
Yeah, Cord doesn't want to lose himself. Trust me, we need these powers. You're going to love what you can do with them. Very well, if your mind is set, I won't try to change it. Yeah. Also, it helps to be clear that dialogue out of that.
Always good to talk, my friend.
You too, Will. The Emperor promises incredible powers if we're willing to pursue them. But Will's done that already, too.
Yes,
Just like Asterion.
and at a great cost. Partial ceremorphosis.
Yeah.
I'm not about to make such a sacrifice. Not now. Not ever.
Yeah. I understand. The Source Code's future said we need to pursue this power.
Thank you.
No. No, no, no. No, no, no.
Here we go.
I kind of like that they're pushing back on it. Alright, Halsin.
Oakfather preserve you.
Oh my goodness, Halsin. I need
Then
you
you'll
by my
have me.
side, but not dressed like that. I need you by my side, but not dressed like that. Alright. Yeah, could you not? There you go. There you go. Much better.
What to do? Looking ahead. What path lies before me?
Let us go back. So, my first priority is to get Lae'zel, but we don't have much of a lead as to get Orin's Netherstone, rescue Orin's victim. We're unabducted Lae'zel. She told us she'll lose if we kill Gortash. We would find a list of people marked for death. If we kill 2 targets on this list and bring the severed hands, we can stand before the murder tribunal enter the Temple of Baal. Yeah. So I feel like we have to investigate the murders.
Horrible,
But before that, I have been wanting to check out this one place for the longest time, and I feel like I've been delaying it for too long. And I do want to, just because Cord's been super curious, and Lae'zel, she'll be fine. Lae'zel's okay. The plot will wait. The plot will wait for her. She won't die. I hope not. We can make this mild detour. There's too much. There is way too many things to do in this, and there's way too many things to see and do. I really wanted to check out the circus. For the longest time, this was the place I wanted to go.
I need a quick word.
Ah, the traveler returns. None can resist the allure of the circus of the last days. Enter and witness our extraplanar delights.
I'd like to
Not
enter.
a problem, dear patron.
Do I have to pay
Benji
for it?
just has to check if you're a vicious murderer.
Oh.
Benji?
I am a vicious murderer. Are we done? Are we done?
Brain juice smells like piss and iron. No like.
My brain
that's a
juice?
first. Usually I'd allow you in, but in these times, I can take no chances. Move along. No circus for you.
I'm not a threat to you or anyone else in the circus, I swear. I've actually just been hired. Meet your new bard. Intimidation, let me in or I'll snap you in two. Sure, we can come to an agreement. I've actually just been hired. Meet your new bard. I mean, I'm a really good bard. Just saying.
Oof. Viola Silvertongue won't be happy.
Viola Silvertongue,
Well,
eh?
She should have practiced those high notes. Welcome to the circus. A motley crew of misfits and morons. We're happy to have you.
So, that's us too. Happy band of misfits and morons. Ooh. Do you have anything to say about the circus?
Why do we stop, my friend? There is evil somewhere with its small pants yet unsoiled.
Oh god, it Minx. This right here, Minx. I mean, I can't. His eyes are up there. Gordas keeps telling him his eyes are up there. He's with Gale, but he's not blind. He's 100% with Gale, but he's not blind. No, we're good. We are good. Actually, I just feel like while we're around the city, let's just seem a little more casual than we are. Oh my goodness. The eye candy is flowing like milk and honey. This looks fun.